Haha. My name is Paul Roth. I live in LA, and this is Paul and YouTube in the morning. You just saw my co-host for today, my dog Drew, and now let's get started. Happy Wednesday. I see that in the chat we are immediately joined by Rufeda. Hi, Rufeda. Let's get into dislikes. Dislikes. I dislike that the legislation to prevent people with mental illness in the United States from getting access to guns is about to be repealed. The bullshit from the GOP is that it stigmatizes people with mental illness and infringes upon their Second Amendment rights. I mean, people with mental illness are far more likely to have violence committed against them than to commit violence. But why give them access to guns legally? Why do that? It has already passed the House, and the Senate has already either passed it today or is going to pass it today, probably, because our government sucks. But regardless, please contact your representative and tell them that it's a bad idea to allow people with mental illnesses to have access to guns easily. It should be hard to get guns, not easy. We are also joined in the chat by No More Heroes. Hello. None of the above. You made it. Good morning. And Rufeda says it's 6:01 p.m. here in Qatar, and I need to go to work. I need to go work for school. Well, yes, you should do that. I didn't know you were in Qatar. I think I'm supposed to pronounce it Qatar. Let me know how I should pronounce that. What else do I dislike? I also dislike that Russia has deployed a missile to see what Trump will do. Great. We're all gonna die. Links to these news topics are in the description of the video. I also say hello to This is Ewan. Good morning to you, Ewan. If anybody has any questions, of course, please leave them for me in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them if I can. Let's go from the "we're all going to die" mentality to my likes. If we're going to die anyway, let's have some ice cream. Ben & Jerry's announced yesterday 3 new non-dairy flavors. Yay! That's a positive. Caramel almond brittle, cherry Garcia, and coconut 7-layer bar. I will absolutely try all 3 of those flavors. Mark Hilton joins us in the chat to say RIP, everyone. Rufeda says it's pronounced Katar. I don't. That doesn't really help me pronounce it. Ooh, a big like. Philip Pullman will take us back to the world of his Dark Materials with The Book of Dust, which I believe is an epic trilogy that he's releasing at the end of the year. Yay! The world of Lyra and all. Oh my gosh. Demons. Drew is my demon. Aren't you, Drew? Yes, she is. I'm excited about that. Rufeda asks, favorite YouTubers. Right now, my favorite YouTuber is Megan Tonjes. I am loving her People Are Talking daily shows. A little bit of inspiration for this show. I continue to like the Vlogbrothers. I like the Junie Bird. I like Fireword Sparkler. And I like Kathy Trinart. Those are some of my favorites right now. It changes, but those are some of my favorite people right now. Learning section. A friend of mine, Ellen, is studying to be a lawyer here in California, and she sent me some material about how to sue Twitter to get harassers' information so that you can then sue the harassers. So I learned about that. I actually learned about that really early this morning. But that's cool. Helping. I want to help small YouTubers by uplifting their less than famous videos So if you see a Less Than Famous audition video for 2017 that is particularly cool, that you like it, please send me the links, either in the comments of this video or on Twitter, and I will check them out. If I like them, I will share them myself. I don't have a huge reach, but I'll do what I can. Updates. Oh, we're joined in the chat by Katrina Ames, who's going to be my co-host on Friday. P.S. And she says, I like to do it like I'm pronouncing Katara from Avatar, but I don't see the last A. Qatar. Makes sense. Rufina asked, would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes? If I had fingers for toes, then I'd have the ability to grasp things like a great ape. That would be all right. My shoes would be weird, but that's all right. I would do that. Ewan says, I need to get back into making YouTube videos. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Also joined by Eyes Like a Cat, Panina. Hi, Panina. Update section. I called the Los Angeles police to talk to them about what can be done about online harassment for the people who experience online harassment, particularly in Los Angeles, because California's laws about this are really good. I got 3 detectives' contact information to follow up with, and I left the messages. I'm going to be talking with the people who would have been like the stars of CSI Cyber before and off the air. And their names are like legit detective names. Like there's a Detective Hopkins, there's a Detective Larson, there's a Detective Kleinick. Like I'm gonna save these names if nothing else for if I ever want to write a procedural crime drama, because legit names. Anyway, I left the messages. We haven't talked a lot yet, so I will follow up and I will let you know what I discover from them. Rafeda says that Katara is actually a place here in Qatar. Haha. Okay, plans. This is the big thing. I want to include lots of people in the Less Than Famous video that I'm planning on making this weekend. And so what I want to do is have photos of you. It has to be a short video. I'm only limited to 2 minutes this year. Previously, it was 4 minutes. So I can only do a 2-minute audition video. So I don't have time to include lots of videos from other people. But if you'd like to be in my Less Than Famous video, I've got some instructions on a little form linked in the description of this video. You can hold up a sign saying that you'd like to see me on the Less Than Famous panel at VidCon, and I will include your photo in my video when I make it. I want to get both YouTubers, my friends, people who just watch me, people who are not YouTubers. Anybody who wants to see me on a Less Than Famous panel can say so in that photograph, and I'll include that in my video. In the chat, Fireword Sparkler joins us and says, wow, that's amazing. I think about my contacting the LAPD. Hopefully you get results. I am also hoping. And that is going to take me out for the day. Again, if you want to be in my Less Than Famous video, please go to the link in the description of this video and follow it to the Google form. It's all explained there. I'm going to switch over to DrewCam/DogCam. Boop. Aw, she's sleeping. In order to take us out. And I like how I'm ending these videos. I like how I'm ending these shows by shouting out my $3 plus Patreon supporters, who are Melissa, Zainab, Matt, Ewan, Rebecca, Mandy, Jessica, Amy, Filippo, Jennifer, and Mary the Knitting Dev. If you'd like to join my Patreon, and if you'd like to be shouted out on one of these live shows, you can use this link that's going to be in the lower left-hand corner of this video once it is processed. If you'd like to subscribe to me so that you never miss one of my videos being posted, please use the link in the lower right-hand corner. Coming back to me here to wrap up and say, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody in the chat. And remember that tomorrow will be even better.